cauliflower mash first. As you can see, I've got 3 cauliflowers here, 1.3 kilos of cauliflower. Gonna make a lot of mash. We need to just get these chopped up. Doesn't need to be particularly pretty because they're going to be all mashed. The smaller we make them, the quicker they'll cook. So let's just get them chopped up. That is up and ready to go. Hot water added to the cauliflower. I've salted the water as well. We just need to bring that to the boil. We don't want the cauliflower too soft because the cauliflower loses a lot of texture if it's too soft when you come to mash it. But we do need to cook it. So you don't need to see this boiling, so let's get this up and running, and I'll come back when it's boiling and when it's just about ready. That's boiling away nicely. I have just checked it. That seems to be soft enough. As I said, you want a little bit of bite to it still, but you don't want it to be too soft, otherwise you lose a lot of the texture as well. So let me just get this very quickly drained. Okay, we still need the heat there, because what we're going to do, I'm going to add a very big bit of butter in there. I've turned the hob off, but I still want it on the hob, so that when I come to crush it up, as you can see, there is still quite a bit of a crunch to it. But that is going to seriously add to the texture of this. I'll get the milk in a second, but I just want to just start getting it all mashed up, so it's really nice. That is looking so good. It's one of the times I'm going to say that it doesn't. It still smells, obviously, but smells of cauliflower. Right, that is looking brilliant. I think with my mash I would get this a lot smoother, and I would want it a lot smoother for my mash as in my potatoes, because at least my potatoes still have a lot of texture to them once they've been mashed up. However, the cauliflower does lose a lot of texture. Right, milk, as always, full fat milk. Just want a little splurge in there. Let's get that a stir around. Oh, I'll tell you what, there's a little bit more mashing as well. We could do with a little bit more milk in there, but let's just have a look what it is when we get it more mashed up. Obviously, if you want to make this into a puree, what you would do is just get the blender out and get this all blended down as well. What? That is looking perfect. I think that might actually be the perfect amount of milk in there. Well, great judgment to start off with. Right, so let's have a little stir around. Like I said, you want the texture in there. Right, so I want 1 teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. Let's get that in there. 1 teaspoon of salt. Perfect. Let's get that all stirred around so it's all mixed in nicely. Like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make horseradish mash here. You can also make mustard mash, exactly the same. I'll tell you what, the bit that's just gone out, I've just tasted that. And that is absolutely perfect. Right, so what we need, horseradish sauce. I've got 2 tablespoons of horseradish sauce. Hopefully, as you already know, I do like a kick to a lot of my stuff, so if that's too much for you, just add 1 or add 1 at a time. Have a little taste, see what it's like. I would also add 2 tablespoons of mustard. Again, depending how strong you want it. If you want a really strong, 2 tablespoons of English mustard is going to be a proper kicker. That is looking absolutely perfect. It's got a lot of body to it as well. Like I said, it's if I was making mashed potatoes, this would be a huge amount smoother. I would make my mash a lot more soft, and then I would obviously mash it up really smooth. Right, let's have a little taste of that. Again with the ums, that is absolutely perfect. Like I said, you've got that little bit of bite to it as well, with in terms of the softness of the cauliflower, and how I haven't mashed it up as much as I could have done, or even got in and used the blender, but that tastes so good. So this is now ready to go. What you can do, and like what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this as the topping to the dish that I'm making. You can use it instead of mashed potato. It works really, really well. And it can also be frozen until you need it as well. Obviously, make sure it's properly defrosted when you come to use it. As usual, if you've liked this, like, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you next time.